Hey folks, this is Chad at Airstream in Greensboro. Wanted to do a walk around of the 2023 Globetrotter 27FB. This is the twin bed version of the Globetrotter. This is a fantastic floor plan. It's the top selling floor plan in 2022. This was well appointed as well. So let's do a quick walk around and we'll go outside and inside. Starting on the outside, you'll see with the twin bed, you're going to get quite a bit more storage availability on the exterior of Airstream. Now, Airstream is not known for the exterior storage, and there's a reason for that. Airstream is intentionally a lower to the ground RV. So unless you did something like the lift kit that you can get as a 3-inch lift kit that's available as a dealer option, added option, you're going to see the Airstream quite a bit lower to the ground. Now, it does a few things. One, the ride quality of an Airstream when you're towing it, significantly better than a lot of your traditional RVs that are on the road that sit much higher. This is going to also give you a better aerodynamic, drag when you're towing the RV, because it's actually more of the RV is behind the truck as you're going down the road. So with that lower center of gravity, lower to the ground, that means that more of the frame is actually inside of the RV itself. So that prevents Airstream from being able to have that massive storage that you see in a lot of RVs that are not Airstreams. That's because they're sitting higher. They don't tow as good. They have a higher center of gravity. You're going to feel the wind more. You're going to feel the road more. You're not going to have that with an Airstream, but you sacrifice a little bit as well. So it's that kind of pros and cons to just RVs in general. But with the twin bed, you're going to get outside storage on both sides. So here is the driver's side storage right there. The front storage, which is quite large. Of course, there is a light there. And then the passenger side storage, a little bit smaller, but still a good space to be able to store things on the exterior. Now, one thing with Airstream, if you haven't seen these yet, Airstream likes to build things with positive locking mechanisms. Nothing that's just kind of hanging there is generally going to actually have a lock. So those are a twist and close type lock. Same here. There, like the other side. I just want to be able to give a shot of the exterior of this Airstream with the cabinets closed. So now you can get a shot of the Globetrotter. Now with the Globetrotter, you get an upgraded awning fabric. Now the window awnings are standard on the Globetrotter, and then you also get upgraded patio awning fabric. The Globetrotter is also going to give you the electric awning, patio awning, and it's going to give you electric stabilizers, which are standard. Now the 27FB is going to come in just at 25 feet in total length. Your exterior width, which are the same across all of the Airstreams, 8 feet 5.5 inches. Your interior width 8 feet 1 inches. Your exterior height with the AC 9 feet 9 inches. As far as hitch weight, you're 875 on the 27FB. That's with the twin bed. Your unloaded or unit-based weight, shipping weight, dry weight, whichever one you want to use, on the 27 Globetrotter is 6,300 feet. Your maximum trailer weight is 7,600 feet. That gives you a towing capacity or net carrying capacity of 1,300 pounds. Your freshwater tank's 37 gallons. Your gray water tank is 35 gallons. Your black water tank is 40 gallons. Now you can see all of the different specs and options on our website as well as the Airstream website. Now with the Globetrotter, of course, you're going to get the rock guards that are stainless steel. Everything else is aluminum. You have the solar guards. Now the front window, if you've seen any other videos on Airstream, to open this window here, you have to come out and open the solar guard, and then you can go back inside and open that window. So that window opens. Coming around to this side, this window opens. And you do have an outside shower. That's hot and cold water. That is your portable water or freshwater tank fill. You have a city fill and a black tank flush. This is just your camp cable satellite. They give you two to give you the ability to be able to set up a satellite and plug into the campground. Now this particular Globetrotter has the smart plug. It's a 50 amp because it does have two ACs on it. That's an option. The 27 is very rare on a 27 foot that you wouldn't have the second AC. It's highly recommended. Most of the time you're going to see that. If you're ordering one custom, highly recommend getting that second AC. And you have your black and gray tank flush right there. All right, so black tank flush but is up there, but that is your outlet for your black and gray tank. And then they do give you storage towards the front for your sewer hose there. And then you can actually see the tanks underneath there, custom built by Airstream. Remember, everything on Airstream is pretty much custom built except for the appliances that they put in. There is a great video on Airstream's website that talks about the build. There's also a great video that gives you a factory tour that shows you them building an Airstream. But Airstreams are custom built. They custom build the window frames, the window glass themselves they buy and bring in, but the actual frames they build the doors themselves. Takes them about 8 hours to build the door. It is a stretched aluminum on the exterior. Now the exterior aluminum is actually butt riveted on, so you won't see the little hole like you see on the rivets on the inside. So what they do when they're building in the Airstream, what they do with the Airstream is they build the exterior first. So you're basically seeing it go down the line with the windows in place, all the butt rivets in place, all of your exterior doors, awnings, things on the roof. It goes into a water bay that sprays 10,000 gallons of water on it. Nothing on the inside. There's a person on the inside that's looking at the bare metal on the inside for any water leaks. If there are any water leaks, they address those leaks and then run it back through, make sure the leak has been addressed. And then from there, they actually will pull in the interior skin, attach that to the interior walls, and start building out the inside of the coach. So the unique thing about Airstream is that everything that goes into the Airstream has to fit through that door. If it doesn't fit through that door, it doesn't go in. So they build everything in-house to make sure it fits. It's a little bit different way of building compared to the rest of the industry, but it also is Airstream building the superior product. Now you do get the window awning standard on the Globetrotter, so you have the rear window awning as well as the one on the driver's side. You can see the tail lights there, everything's LED. You do have the storage at the bumper storage, which you get this bumper storage from the caravel up. And it does have a locking mechanism there to hold it up. To close this, you'll lift up a little bit and then pull that up and it folds down. And then as far as electric awning, it is one touch. That control is just inside the door right there. You just turn that on, hit the open button, it will open. You can tilt to the front or tilt to the rear. That just allows water to fall off there. And speaking of the door, so with the screen door, this is hand built in-house, hand built to match the door that's attached to. There's four welds on the outside, 4 welds on the inside. Now this attaches as a unit. When you shut the door, you want to open this. So if you have this in the closed position, enjoying the day, a nice day outside, you have your windows open. Before you shut your door, you want to pull this back open, latch it to the door. This is designed to shut as a unit. The Globetrotter also comes standard with electric stabilizers. The stabilizer controls are hidden behind that door. You do have an outside 110 power plug there. And then with the Globetrotter and caravel up, is going to be a tankless hot water heater that is stored there. And then your vent over your stove does vent to the outside. There's a door here that you want to open when you're cooking. There's a little latches there, and then that allows that to open when you turn it on, and then traveling, lock those back into place. So going inside of the Airstream, you can see with the 27 FB, it's a front bed set up so you'll have the living space in the rear. This is the dinette, which does fold down into a bed. In that section, one thing that I've noticed quite a few Airstream owners doing at night when they want to watch TV, they'll actually put that down, even if it's just, you know, just them, the two of them. They'll put that down and they'll make this area into a chaise lounge so they can lay there with pillows and they can watch the TV that's just across. That does have a hinge on it. There's also a bed here. It's just a simple pull out there, and then there's cushions that come with the Globetrotter that fit there to make that into a bed. And then, oh, the other thing with the Globetrotter that you get, these tables actually split, so you can set up just one table if you want to and not have to do both, or put both up, and it does latch underneath. Right there, there's a latch to hold these together. And then with the Globetrotter, you have these magnetic switches. So when you close this, that light turns off. When you open it, that light turns on once that magnetic separates. One thing I always like to point out with the Globetrotter, the massive overbuilt hinges that Airstream puts in, those are designed and built to last. Like, there's just no denying that. And that's the Airstream in general. One other thing that's really cool, there's actually a mirror tucked back there. Let you see the contents of what's was stored up there. Now, with Airstream on the 23s, one of the things they changed is they got rid of the DVD player that used to sit right here. They did give you a HDMI, input. There's a USB there for charging. This lets you plug in any of your streaming boxes like an Apple TV, a Roku, Fire Stick, any of those things. You do have a inverted circuit here. Now, with their other upgrade, which I'll talk about in a little bit, is going to be the TVs are now 12 volt instead of 110. That lets your 1,000-watt inverter to really be for anything that you need it for, whether it's you're dry camping and want to have your laptop plugged in, coffee maker, whatever it might be. You can use the full 1,000-watt inverter and have your TVs on, because those are going to pull directly off the battery. They did upgrade to a Farion Fusion radio here from the JL Audio. Nice radio. It's got Wi-Fi. It's got Sirius XM, Bluetooth, all of those types of things. So it's a nice upgrade compared to what they had in the past. And you see the front-facing speakers here as opposed to underneath. And then one thing with the Globetrotter, your curtain up front isn't separated here. So it's one big curtain that comes around to about the middle. Same thing on the other side. This middle window here opens. There's no outside solar guard, so that one you can open right, just from inside. Both of these windows open. Those small little windows don't open. And with Airstream, of course, they do the fantastic fans as opposed to that tiny little fan that doesn't move a lot of air. That moves a lot of air, especially with the windows open. You do have a really nice sealed sunroof. Yeah. And coming down, so with your TV there, that's 12 volts as I mentioned, so that runs directly off the batteries. The great thing about that is you don't have to have the inverter on to power the TVs. You just have to have the battery disconnect on. With that pulling directly off the batteries, the 12 volt, there's less loss of energy from having, with the old TVs, you had to convert your 12 volt to 110. You lost energy in that conversion process. Pulling directly off the batteries at 12 volt, you're not losing that energy that was just a byproduct of converting it. So your batteries are going to last longer when you're using the TVs as opposed to the 22 models and before. You also have LED lights throughout. The Globetrotter is also going to give you that awesome new upgraded filter for the inlet on the AC units. A couple of screws there. Pull that out. You can clean that or replace that filter. That's both ACs. Now, this particular model was spec'd with solar. It's also spec'd with the microwave and spec'd with the second AC. And with the Globetrotter, you're going to see, if you read the material, one of the things that they mention is the European-inspired styling. So that's part of the cabinet themselves. So you're getting this molded cabinet here that follows the shape of the actual cabinet itself, so it wraps around really nice. You're also getting this solid surface countertop, and then you get the different style drawer storage here. Now that pulls fully out. It's a full extension drawer, and then the bottom one doesn't have that. That's just wrapping around part of the sink there. And then you have storage here with the trash can that comes from Airstream. And then you also have, with the Globetrotter, not one, but two trash can inlets at the top. Now you can use those for various things. If you want to put ice in them, you can do that. You also just use them as a place to put things, storage, fruit, whatever it might be. There's various things you can use this for. It's very nice. Now all of your overhead lights are dimmable at the switch. They do give you USB charging right there, 2 of them. There is a 110 plug under the table right there in the back. There's storage underneath in the back there. Storage across the front here under the bed. They do send you with these kind of Rubbermaid containers. They're probably the most expensive containers you'll ever purchase. Coming back through to kind of give you a little bit better look of the kitchenette or dinette. Full extension drawers there. You do have the really nice Airstream silverware organizer. Now these plastic pieces here, this isn't something that broke off. These actually plug into the little attachment for the tabletop. So once you pull that off, it leaves a little hole. You can plug these into those to cover that up if you like. Now this one was not option with the convection. Microwave. It has the traditional RV stove. A nice stove, but RV stove is the Dometic 3-burner stovetop. This is the stove you get with the stovetop that you get with the Globetrotter. A little bit different stovetop on the Interstate and a little bit different stovetop on the Globetrotter. Now with that stove there and your storage here, you're going to get a pull-out microwave there. Underneath is your pantry. If you option to not get this microwave and you do the convection microwave that goes there, this whole section here is going to be storage, or pantry. So you get a whole nother shelf of pantry there, and it's not separated. And storage above. 27, one of the areas you're going to see room in the 27 foot versus the 25 foot is actually right here. That is a deeper storage area on the 27. It's a little bit shallower on the 25. And then coming across, for a few years now, Airstream has switched to the electric Norcold refrigerator. It's 12 volt and 110. The benefit to that is you can run this refrigerator as you're going down the road. It's just running off of those batteries. The next benefit is you don't have to have that large condenser there at the top. So you get quite a bit more depth with the refrigerator when it's the all-electric versus the propane. Now it has solar on board. The Globetrotter comes, if you do the solar package, it's 300 watts. It's the Merlin solar panel. Has the ability to continue operating even if it's in partially shaded areas. Like part of the solar panel is covered, it will continue to work at 100% on the part that's not covered. That solar is going to charge the batteries, which allow this to continue running even if you're not plugged in for days on end. When you're traveling down the road, of course, you'll get some solar charge as you're going down the road, but you'll also be getting charge off of your tow vehicle. That'll keep those batteries charged and keep the refrigerator running. Now, above the TV, there's a small storage cabinet here with more USB charging. And then you've got your inverter control there, your sea level 2 tank monitors, and then your solar charge controller is there. Moving to the middle, you'll have a larger wardrobe here than you get on the 25. Not much larger, but it is a little bit larger. These are your extra cushions for those areas that turn into beds. And then back behind, right there, you can see those clips. Those clips are for the 2 dinette legs to hang out there. Storage above, of course, you have your Airstream pack. And then, now this is the same shower you're going to see in pretty much all the floor plans. Nice shower that most men can fit in no problem. There is a pullover stream. Now this is not going to be something that you can put a lot of weight on, but it's perfect for a bathing suit to hang out and dry for a little bit. You do have an exhaust vent there for the shower, as well as an exhaust vent in the actual bathroom itself. Porcelain commode, storage, good amount of storage in the bathroom. Storage underneath the sink area, and then storage above the mirror. And there's a little bit of storage right there as well. About a hand depth, half of a hand depth there. 110 there. That's your hot water heater control system there. It's a tankless hot water heater. You're just going to set this wherever you want it to be temperature wise. 118 is generally going to be a good place to start. It will go up pretty high and it will go lower. Now, it automatically turns on as soon as you have power in. This turns on as soon as you turn the hot water on. If you have propane and your propane tanks are turned on, it will start making water within a few seconds of turning the hot water heater on. If you want that to be off, you have to come in and turn it off because it automatically turns on whenever the battery disconnect is turned on. And coming to the back, so this is the twin bed model. Now the one benefit and one thing that makes the twin bed popular is the room that you get in between the 2 beds. This allows you to actually be able to use this room as a room, a place to change. You can walk through here. I can stand right here, turn around and look back. You have a pull curtain right there. The other benefit that you get with the 27 twin bed is these extra wardrobe cabinets that hang here. Now, there's shelves that come with it. These shelves can be pulled out. So it's wardrobe, you can leave the shelves in to make it more storage. Same thing on the adjacent side, or opposing side, I should say. Right there. And then there's some more cushions that are for the dinette area that we've kind of hidden here in front of the bed. Now, you don't get this extra storage right here on the 25. You get that on the 27. These beds are 36 inches wide, about 80 inches in length. There's 2 beds there. Another great option with this, you actually are getting a larger bed with the 2 of them together. You're getting the additional storage underneath on the outside for both sides, and that storage there as well that you don't necessarily get on the queen bed model. And then underneath here, you do have storage there. And there is a little pull-out bin. That same storage is on the other side, right there, with a pull-out bin as well. And then additional storage up front on both sides. So there's a ton of storage with the twin bed model that you're not necessarily going to get with the queen bed. Definitely something to consider. I think the twin bed has been really popular this year, at least at our store it has been, and I think it's because of the extra room that you actually get, usable room that you get in the bedroom area. And you also are going to get the overhead storage above the beds there with the lights and mirrors. Again, the magnetic switch that turns that light on and off. The overbuilt hinges are there, and you get the assistant shocks on all of your cabinet doors as well. There's a really nice LED strip that lights above the cabinets there. Looks really nice. Your speakers for the back area is there, front facing. And then your second TV is there, which is also a 12-volt TV. You can see additional power inverted circuit there. And then your TV hookups are right there. Now with the AC system, you have your AC control there with your different zones. That also is controlling the furnace and controlling the heat pump. Then you've got a light switch there that is also dimmable. That switch there is going to control the lights just over the cabinets. Now looking back forward, you can see the hull, and then just moving forward just to give you kind of a last shot here of the 2023 Globetrotter 27 FB twin bed model. And looking back the other way. And again, my name is Chad Watson with Airstream of Greensboro. We're part of the RV Retailers Network, part of the RV1 stores. If you have any questions on this one, the 27 FB, or any of the other Airstream models that are out there, feel free to give me a call. All of my contact information is just below. I'm happy to answer any questions or help you find your next Airstream. Hope you're having a great day, and hopefully we'll see you soon.